Good morning students. Now let us start our class in auditing. In the last class we discussed about the meaning of auditing, characteristics of auditing and the important objectives of auditing. Today we can discuss the classification of audit. We can classify audit into 5 categories. There are first one, audit on the basis of organizational structure of the business. Second one, classification of audit on the basis of degree of independence. Third one, classification of audit on the basis of conduct of audit. Fourth one, classification of audit for specific objectives. Then fifth one, new generation audit. We can classify audit into 5 categories. So first we can discuss the first classification, that is audit on the basis of organizational structure of the business. On the basis of organizational structure of the business, we can classify audit into 3. They are, first one, statutory audit, second one, private audit, third one, government audit. First one we can discuss the statutory audit. Statutory audit means, certain institutions and undertakings are established under statute. Audit of these institutions is carried out compulsorily under the provisions of the statute. There are different types of statutory audit, or we can say the institutions come under statutory audit. They are, first one, company audit. Company audit means that the audit of accounts of joint stock company is known as company audit. In India, the audit of accounts of joint stock company is compulsory under the provisions of the Companies Act, that is company audit. Then second one, audit of trust accounts. Audit of trust accounts means, trust is created for the benefit of same institutions or for the benefit of widows or for the benefit of weaker sections in the society. So, the audit of accounts of trust is compulsory under the provisions of the Trust Act. That is audit of trust account. The audit of trust is compulsory under the provisions of the Trust Act. Then third one, statutory audit of other institutions. Statutory audit of other institutions means certain corporate bodies are formed under statute. The audit of accounts of these institutions known as statutory audit of other institutions. The institutions like KSRTC, insurance company, RBI, etc. So, the audit of these institutions known as statutory audit of other institutions. Fourth one, statutory audit of cooperative societies. Cooperative societies is formed under the provisions of the Cooperative Societies Act. The audit of accounts of cooperative society is compulsory under the provisions of the Cooperative Societies Act. That is the statutory audit of cooperative societies. So, next we can discuss the private audit. Private audit also come under the category of organizational structure, that is classification on the basis of organizational structure of the business. Second one, private audit. Private audit refers to audit of accounts of private business enterprises such as sole traders, partnership and private individuals. Then we can discuss types of private audit. There are different types of private audit, or we can say the institutions come under private audit. First one, audit of accounts of sole traders. The audit of accounts of sole trader is not compulsory, it is optional. But the sole traders can appoint the auditor in order to conduct the auditing activities in the organization. It helps the sole traders to make the accounts clear, and also in this case the auditor works as per the instructions from the sole trader. Okay, in this work the auditor tries to protect the interest of the sole traders. Second one, private audit of accounts of partnership. Like that of sole trader, audit of accounts of partnership is not compulsory, it is optional. It is done with the interest of the partners. In case of private audit of accounts of partnership, it helps them to avoid all types of future dispute between the partners. Third one, private audit of accounts of other individuals. There are some other individuals who are not businessmen, but they are the owner of large number of buildings or the managers of various estates. So, the audit of accounts of these individuals known as private audit of accounts of other individuals. Then, fourth one, audit of non-profit institution. There are certain non-profit institutions working not for earning profit. The audit of accounts of non-profit institution is necessary to assure the members that the accounts are maintained properly. The audit of accounts of non-profit institution is necessary to assure the members that the accounts are maintained properly. So third one, government audit. Government audit means audit of accounts of government department and government offices and government companies. Now we can discuss the types of government audit. First one, audit of government department and offices. The audit of accounts of government department and offices is carried out by Comptroller and Auditor General of India and his staff. Second one, audit of government companies. The audit of accounts of government company is conducted by the chartered accountant. Third one, audit of corporations. Audit of accounts of corporations is compulsory. The audit is entrusted with chartered accountant. Then we can move to the second classification. First we discuss the classification of audit on the basis of organizational structure of the business. Second one, we can discuss classification of audit on the basis of degree of independence. On the basis of degree of independence, we can classify audit into two. They are, first one, external audit. Second one, internal audit. First we can discuss external audit. External audit means the audit of account of the firm is conducted by independent, professionally qualified auditors. It is conducted to protect the interest of third parties. That is, in case of external audit, it is conducted by the professionally qualified auditors. It is conducted to protect the interest of the third parties. Second one, internal audit. Internal audit shall either be a chartered accountant or cost accountant or other professionals, may be decided by the board. The internal audit means simply it is a systematic examination of records, systems and procedures and operations of an organization as a service to the management. Then we can move to the third classification, that is classification of audit on the basis of conduct of audit. We can classify the audit into 7 on the basis of conduct of audit. They are, first one, continuous audit. Second one, final audit. Third one, balance sheet audit. Fourth one, interim audit. Fifth one, occasional audit. Sixth one, partial audit. Seventh one, standard audit. First we can discuss continuous audit. Continuous audit is a statutory audit. This is done by professionally qualified auditors. In continuous audit, the auditor carries out the auditing activity continuously throughout the year. Continuous audit means the auditor carries out the auditing activity continuously throughout the year. Second one, final audit. Final audit takes place only after the end of the trading period, when all the transactions for the whole year are completely recorded and balanced. So simply we can say final audit means it takes place only after the end of the trading period. In this type of audit, the auditor visits the client once in a year. Third one, balance sheet audit. In balance sheet audit, the auditor verifies the balance sheet items such as assets, liabilities, reserves and provisions. Balance sheet audit means the auditor verifies the items in the balance sheet such as liabilities, reserves, assets, etc. Fourth one, interim audit. Interim audit means it is a type of audit which is conducted in between two annual audits. The main aim of interim audit is to find out interim profit. Fifth one, occasional audit. Occasional audit is suitable to sole traders and partnership form of business. If the sole traders or partners desires to conduct an audit for a special objectives or special occasions like the retirement of the partner, death of the partner, admission of the partner, etc. Then sixth one, partial audit. Under partial audit, the auditor audit only a part of accounts as instructed by the client. Seventh one, standard audit. Under this type of audit, certain items in the accounts are thoroughly scrutinized and analyzed, and also the auditor apply test checking. Then we can move to the fourth classification, that is classification of audit according to special objectives. On the basis of special objectives, we can classify audit into 11 categories. First one, management audit. Second one, cost audit. Third one, cash audit. Fourth one, special audit. Fifth one, operation audit. Sixth one, efficiency audit. Seventh one, detailed audit. Next, proprietary audit. Ninth one, performance audit. Next, regulator audits. Then, post-vouch audit. First, we can discuss management audit. It is a systematic examinations of decisions and actions of the management to analyze the performance. Second one, cost audit. Cost audit is compulsory to these companies which are engaged in manufacturing, processing and mining activities. Third one, cash audit. Cash audit is a type of audit under which only cash transactions are audited. The cash transactions means the receipt and payments of cash. The receipt and payments of cash are verified with supporting documents like vouchers, receipts, etc. Next one, special audit. Special audit is a type of audit conducted by central government for some special objectives. That is, the circumstances are: first one, the management of company is not in a proper form. First one, the management of the company is not in a proper form. Second one, when the financial position of the company is constantly deteriorating. Third one, when the company is not being managed according to sound business principles. These are the circumstances under which the government conducts special audit. Next, fifth one, operation audit. Operation audit is a part of management audit. The operation audit is conducted to know the efficiency of the management. Next, efficiency audit. Efficiency audit is conducted to increase the efficiency of the firm. Next, seventh one, detailed audit. In detailed audit, the auditor make a detailed analysis of the books of accounts. Next, proprietary audit. Under this type of audit, it needs close scrutiny of contract, analysis of project estimates, manpower requirements and their proper utilization. Next one, performance audit. Under performance audit, the auditor examines the performance of the organization with a predetermined target. Next, regulatory audit. The regulatory audit is conducted to know whether every transaction is approved and sanctioned by competent authority. Then last one, vouch and post audit. Vouch and post audit involves a detailed examination of all transactions by the auditor with the preparation of original entry till it has been posted.